Yo, Elliot. We got this question from Bradley Sly. He was in an accident, a car accident when he was 3 years old. He's 22 right now, and he's a paraplegic, so he walks around with crutches. You know, a lot of the muscles in his back and legs are weak, but he wants to get into strength training. He feels like, I could strengthen these muscles. And apparently that must mean that there's some sort of nervous connection to those muscles, right? I mean, if you feel as if you have the capacity to strengthen them, that means you have at least some movement available to those muscles. Otherwise, you know, the advice that I'd offer you is not going to support you. But he feels as if, you know, if I strengthen these muscles, it may support me, and I want to work out, dude. And his doctor tells him there's no point in it, so on and so forth. I couldn't help but to answer your question, because I think it's so commendable for you to reach out this way and desire to exercise even though you're paraplegic. What I would invite you to do is to look in this particular direction. Study the work of a man by the name of Joseph Pilates. You may have heard that term before, Pilates. And it gets thrown around in social circles with middle-aged women who are trying to get back their bodies after having babies and shit like that. So it's kind of been pussified, but mind you that Joseph Pilates was a badass who created his exercise modality to help wounded soldiers while they were in beds. You know, they couldn't get out because they were wounded, in order to keep them strong so they can go back into combat or something like that. But anyway, the point is that he designed the exercise program specifically for people who were laid up, couldn't move, right? And I think it had something to do with the army. But anyway, Joseph Pilates' Pilates method, the true Pilates method, which is really a lot of lay down exercises, is circles around, is designed around developing your core muscles. Right? And all movement emanates from the core, meaning the area around your belly button, if you will, your pelvic floor, up until like your rib cage. All movement emanates from that particular area. So his exercise modality works specifically on strengthening the muscles that you talked about, you know, your low back, your hips, and so on and so forth, and then emanates outward. And you can do it without having to lift barbells, or, you know, pick up weights, or even be able to walk. You can do it while you're laying down. So that's it, dude. I'm happy to be able to support you in this particular way. I think it'll help. Study some of his early work. Then he also has some students that refined and advanced his ideas, and I think that might be helpful for you too. They use different pieces of equipment, but it all centers around being able to lay down and strengthen from your core out. Do you understand? So that's it, dude. Good luck, man. Let us know how you do. Peace. Yo, Elliot.